Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. These are a few little miscellaneous kind of guys from all sorts of, I suppose, mostly board games and toys as well. This guy first, right, was actually Tangela from Pokemon, first generation Pokemon, and has had a decent bit of work done to him. His head, his face used to be there, but I replaced that with a mouth, gave him some rotten teeth, spiky teeth, and some tentacles there, or roots maybe. So he's a big carnivorous, kind of dangerous looking plant here, which I think is a lot of fun. Let me just change that. Yeah, and he's got three extra mouths with little tongues coming out as well. So this could be used for, I don't know, an assassin vine. It's obviously very cartoony with the big mouth and everything, but I thought it was a lot of fun. And I honestly, for Tangela, I thought it was the best use. This was one of the little minifigs you can get from China, I'm pretty sure. Really cheap little Pokemon minifigs that you get loads and loads in. That you can find some good uses for them. And they're random and they're a lot of fun to open and they're very, very cheap. But that's him, right? That's one guy. Who else we got? We got this guy. I think he's from a game called Arcadia Quest, and he's a big, muscly gladiator guy. Like his proportions are the craziest I think I've ever seen in a miniature ever. Now this is kind of one of those chibi style games. Look at that. That's just crazy. Now I have glossed them up with varnish and all that and left it so he's kind of sweaty looking, and he has like he doesn't have any eyes, like they're not sculpted in, so I just left it kind of blank in his helmet. So he's like the most jacked out, just fucking crazy steroided up dwarf. I think is the only way to do it. Like I don't know if that's going to get me in trouble with YouTube there, but this guy here, but he is just absolutely crazy, and especially when you put him beside a more okay. None of these guys are actually kind of normally scaled or normally sized. I don't know. Even that guy, it's just ridiculous. So he's an absolutely super jacked out dwarf. That's why I play him with Trident as well, which is very whatchamacallit, gladiator like, especially with these little kind of short swords as well. But he's cool, really interesting, something different altogether. This guy is another Pokemon originally. Now this is completely just craziness. Like this is just when you have extra bits. That was Trico. I think it's Gen 3. Gen 3, I think, yeah. Generation 3 Pokemon. I think so. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And these arms are from a little dinosaur toy. This head is sculpted with milliput. I have no idea why I did it like that. And this is a bit from another little Pokemon toy. And that's just, there's no reason behind this. Just whatever kind of creature you can use this for. It's just a bit of fun. I can't explain that one now, honestly. I have a few things like that, actually, really. These guys are actually really cool. These are from a little playset, a Star Wars playset. And it was the Gungans, Jar Jar Binks, that guy everybody hates. But as a kid, I had nothing against him. I don't think I ever laughed at him. But, you don't think about those things when you're a kid. So they're just on these little simple, X1 bases, like everything. A few little mushrooms. And I don't really know what you use them for, like bats or maybe those sturges, something like that. I have edited them slightly or customized them slightly here. I clipped that off and just bent it down just because I thought it would sit better. So that's two of them. And the same thing with the other one. Very similar. Like no, there's no detail in their face or anything. But you could kind of use them for multiple different things, I think. And they were just a little bit that came with the kit. It was kind of like a little landscape. I'm sure some of you remember what I'm talking about. Oh, this guy here, yeah. Fisherman. He is from, now I got him from eBay. I'm pretty sure he's from Rum and Bones. This is another guy that's just absolutely huge. Something about huge dudes. Like it's just easy to paint their muscles, like. Do you know what I mean? And he's got a bit of character to him. That's a serious harpoon as well, looking at it. Scale of these guys is quite funny, like it's just that little bit, well, not a little bit really, but it's that little bit, extraordinary, tiny little head, huge body. Even the head of the harpoon is absolutely huge. What kind of fish is he hunting with that? Like, he's got a bucket of fish here and his little extra knife. But I thought he had a lot of character to him, and like fisherman as well. You could have him just being the local fisherman that used to be, captain of the guard or something like that, and now he has to come back into duty and you have to go find him. He has to come back for one last mission, you know what I mean? Kind of a Rambo style. I don't know. That could be cool. Loads of cool sculpts in those cool mini or not games. These guys, last off, are from was it Orcs Must Die? It's a video game. It's on Steam, and I think there's 2 of them. I think it is Orcs Must Die, or Kill All Orcs, or something like this. These guys just have really funny proportions. I actually have, I have plenty of orcs and stuff, but these guys, like, look at this big roly-poly orc. Gave him some kind of rusted up armor there. He's got enough detail. Same thing again. The scale is quite comical. This very top heavy, tiny little legs, big arms. Not much detail in the face, but if he's a minion, like, it doesn't really matter. I think these guys are cool. If I found the board game cheap, I'd fair buy it, because a lot of these would be fun. Now, these aren't customized at all. It's just painted. This big kind of berserker guy. Look at this guy's pretty chunky, like, but a mighty warrior, I'd say, with the 2-hander there. Yeah, they're funny. Like, I don't know. They have other monsters. They have like big ogres and stuff like this. But I thought that I'd just try it out with those 2 guys. And this is just a little bit of terrain made from foam board, carved into it with a bit of milliput. Or not milliput. What's the one? Oh my god, what's that stuff called? Mod Podge. That's it. I just looked over my desk. Mod Podge, and painted up after, because I'm trying to start getting into terrain as well. But anyway, that's a few extra little guys. Seriously, I know everybody knows it nowadays with all the Kickstarters and that kind of thing, but the minis out there are crazy, absolutely crazy. And I think, honestly, literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of people just buy them for the minis. I know that's got to be a fact, because that's what I would do. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.